Make sure this is working. Great. Deepak Jose moved from Atlanta to Nashville recently. He is from India and has worked and lived globally. He is an upcoming public speaker and has spoken at Life Out Loud and Toastmaster conferences. Tonight he tells his second 10x9 story. Please welcome Deepak.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Have you ever broke up with someone you love?
Yes.
I did. I recently got out of a 10-year-old relationship. I feel sad, terrible, because I think about her all the time. I want to tell you my story of going through that denial, relapse, and finally the acceptance. First of all, being an ass, let me tell you, I dumped her. And I want all of you here to know my girlfriend. Her name is Marlboro. Marlboro Lights. Marlboro Lights, a cigarette from the Philip Morris company. For the people sitting in the back who haven't got that joke yet, I quit smoking last December 2015. Yeah. How many of you here are smokers? Can I get a quick show of hands? Very few. For the rest of the whole crowd, are you ever stressed at work? Are you? Do you feel like quitting or shedding some quick pounds? I think you all should start smoking. Just for a month and then quit. Quitting smoking is very easy. I've done it at least 100 times. My moment of truth. Last December, I was at home in India. I was running in a nearby soccer field with my mom, who is in her 60s. I used to run 10 rounds in the same soccer field when I was in the high school. I started running. I felt like I'm a 1960 Pontiac when my mom was running like a BMW. After 2 rounds, I could hardly breathe. I fell down. Dear friends, I heard a voice in my head. I was like Forrest Gump in the movie Forrest Gump. I heard little Jenny telling me this time, "Run, Deepak, run." Dear friends, that was my moment of truth. I decided to quit smoking right there. Now I am going through the denial phase. It is very difficult to accept the fact that I have quit smoking. Last day I was at work. My manager was sitting there along with my colleagues. We were discussing something really important. Suddenly I zoned out. The only thing that I could think was, I want a fucking cigarette. It's so difficult. I thought for a while that with a pack of cigarette I can solve any problems in the world. I smoked when it rained, when it snowed. I smoked when I was sad, when I was happy, when I was emotional. I even smoked in a lavatory of an aeroplane, which is a FAA violation, by the way. I have a lot of stories which come to my mind while going through this denial phase. My love at first sight with cigarette. I was preparing for an interview and I could hardly think about what I prepared. So I went to my friend's room. She offered me a Marlboro Lights. I smoked for the first time and I coughed like a TB patient. It felt like eating burnt popcorn. After that, he offered me one more. This time, it felt like a chocolate. And I was stress free. I nailed the interview and I worked for that company for 4 years. Next is the dream come true. I was smoking outside my apartment building. Then a very beautiful girl approached me and asked me, "Do you have a light?" I told her, "I do." And I have more. We dated for 2 years. And after 2 years, the same girl asked me, "Hey Deepak, I want to quit smoking." I don't know what the heck happened. We broke up in a month's period of time. And all these time while going through this denial period, it is very difficult. And it is that one voice in my head which keeps me going. Run, Deepak, run. Run, Deepak, run. That keeps me going. My relapse. It is very difficult to, again, fight with these withdrawal symptoms. Few of my friends suggested some good ideas to fight with the withdrawal symptoms. I don't know, the first idea was to use nicotine patches. I don't know if you have friends or family who are smokers who are trying to use nicotine patches. There is one intelligent way to use nicotine patches. Do you have friends and family who smoke? Get them a nicotine patch and ask them to take 2 nicotine patches and put it on both of their eyes. They'll be blind and they won't be able to find the cigarette. That is the only way that's going to help. Another thing which people generally suggest is to use a Nicorette gum. It's a chewing gum. The idea is to chew a gum when you feel like having a smoke. So instead of having a cigarette, you are supposed to chew a gum. A couple of years back, I tried it, and it became a habit that every time I was chewing a gum, I wanted a cigarette, and every time I was smoking a cigarette, I wanted a gum. It was with great difficulty I had to quit the habit of chewing the gum. As part of my relapse, it is very difficult to maintain the temper. I get angry. I feel like Incredible Hulk. Sometimes you talk to some of your friends. They are generally irritating, but this time they make me feel like smoking and I feel like punching them on their face. I'm not kidding. Sometimes I feel like a German Shepherd. I can look at somebody's face and I can tell what brand of cigarette they smoked. At the same time, I feel like punching them on their face. And all through this time, there is only one thing which keeps me going. A voice in my head. Do you know what it is? What is it? Got it. My acceptance. Dear friends, I have accepted the fact that I can live without cigarette smoking. I have not touched a cigarette for last 7.5 months and I consider each day as a success. 2 weeks back, I ran a 5K here in Nashville, which was called Night Nation Run to stand up against cancer. And this is the first time and only time when I felt I couldn't be happier about myself, and I'm so proud of what I did. And all these time, whenever I do this, I get this craving, a craving to smoke. Then I hear that voice inside my head, again and again, where my friends are cheering.
Run, Deepak, run!
Once again.
Run, Deepak, run!
Once more.
Run, Deepak, run!
After making you all do this again and again, if you see me smoking again, I give the right to all of you sitting here and standing there to punch me on my face. Thank you.